Hello, welcome to Engineer's Gospel. Today we're going to think about, can a Christian celebrate Halloween? The answer is no. If you are a Christian, you're not supposed to celebrate Halloween. I'll tell you why. Originally, Halloween is a pagan festival. Some of you might already know how it originated. The Celtic people of Europe were pagans who had a festival that celebrated death for 3 days from October 31st to November 2. They believed that the spirits of the dead, along with other ghosts, would walk during these days haunting the earth. They believed spirits were earthbound until they received a proper send-off with treats like food, wealth, and drink. Usually you will see three things during Halloween celebration. One is giving treats. Kids will come and knock at your door and they will ask you for treats, and usually you have already prepared candies for them, so you would give it to them and then they will go to the next house. So the background behind these treats is that the pagans believed that the dead spirits would be earthbound if they were not given proper send-off, so they are giving treats. So in order to give a proper send-off for the spirits, that is the reason of giving treats. The next thing is you will see children wearing costumes. This is coming from the pagan tradition of wearing a costume to look like a spirit to fool the wandering spirits. Then the next thing you would see during Halloween is carving a grotesque face into a gourd. This is coming from the fact that the pagans believed that the spirits could be warded off by carving a grotesque face and lighting a candle inside and making it a jack-o'-lantern. So now you know where all these Halloween rituals is coming from. Now, you might tell me that you don't have any of these motivations. None of you believe that any kind of spirit is coming on October 31st. This is just for fun. This is just for a celebration, just basically for fun, and also to entertain children. That's the reason why this is being celebrated. That's going to be your answer. I agree with you. You don't have any other motivations. You don't believe in ghosts or spirits or things like that. You are just doing it for fun. I agree with you 100%. But the problem is, this has certain underlying impact in your life and in your kids' life. I'm going to say what are those things. First thing is, you have to understand that there is a hidden agenda by Satan when these kind of things are happening. First thing is, it removes a person's natural detest to satanic symbols. That is, when a person is born, the person's soul and the spirit automatically has a tendency to accept good and reject evil. And that includes rejecting the satanic symbols as well. It is the natural inclination of a human spirit. But this kind of celebrations takes away that natural detest to satanic symbols. And not just that, this inserts an interest to satanic symbols. And it's a big topic, so I cannot go to the details of it. I will give it in a set of other videos, but I don't have time to go there right now. Because it's a very big topic. But take my word, I will just say one sentence for now, that is, it is very dangerous. Playing with satanic symbols is very dangerous. That's all I can say for now, but I'll give you more explanation in coming videos later. But it might take a few months or a year before I would record those videos. So for now, just take my word that it's not good to bring any satanic symbol inside your house. The next thing is, it keeps your family away from All Saints' Day on November 1st. It's your obligation to pray for the departed souls from your family on October 31st. You do some special prayers along with your daily evening family prayer. It is the day when you should be telling your children about the purgatory and the souls suffering there in purgatory and the importance of praying for them and you should be training your children to pray for the souls in purgatory on October 31st evening. But when your kids are doing Halloween party on that night, there is no way that they can give that training. And it is your obligation to pray for those souls. And also, do you actually want your children to pray for you after your death or no? If you want your children to pray for you after you die, then train them when they are kids. Make it a family culture to do some special prayers on October 31st. And the next thing is, depending on, that's the fourth danger of Halloween celebration. Depending on what you are bringing home as part of Halloween celebration, the item may have an evil bondage attached to it. You buy many things, so these kind of things may have an evil bondage attached to it, because it might be coming from people who are doing satanic worship and things like that, and satanic symbol is clearly engraved on it. Depending on what you're bringing home, you might be bringing an evil bondage. I cannot explain you enough on that during this video, because this video is going to be very long if I go there. But just take my word, trust me, it's not a good idea to bring satanic symbols home. And not just during Halloween, but take a look around your house and also search the rooms of your kids, whether they have any picture of any skull or bones or any kind of satanic symbols, the picture of, the creatures like crab and things like that. If you see those kind of things, do not entertain your children to keep it, and you yourself do not keep it. And also, when you go for a visit to places like Africa or India or Egypt, and you bring a souvenir from there, take a look at what you're bringing home. It might be having some kind of satanic symbol on it. Just check and make sure that the souvenir that you're bringing home is not having any kind of symbol. And it's good to ask its background to people who are native to that place to understand its meaning. And also do your own search as well before you keep it inside your home. And also, when you go to a new home or you are renting a new apartment or things like that, look around, look for satanic symbols and remove it immediately, because it's very dangerous to keep them inside your home. And the first thing you should do when you move into a house is blessing that home. Get a Catholic priest and bless that home. And if you cannot do that, at least sprinkle some holy water around the house while reciting the creed. You know the creed, right? I believe in God the Father Almighty, that prayer. You recite that and sprinkle the holy water around your house. If you haven't done it so far, you do it now. And also bring the Catholic priest inside your house like once in a year or once in 2 years. And if you cannot do that, again, sprinkle the holy water. At least do that. And make it a habit and teach your children to do that as well. Involve your children in doing that. You are building a tradition. You are building a generation. And also, don't tattoo those pictures on your body as well. And if you have done that, look around for options to remove it if it is possible. The satanic world and the satanic symbols and their effect is a very big topic. It takes a long time to teach it. I will do those videos in future, but I cannot promise it during next week or next month. I do have plans to do it at some point in time in future, but just for the time being, just believe me, just trust me, it is very dangerous to keep those things inside your home. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 9 to 14 says, "When you come into the land that the Lord your God is giving you, you must not learn to imitate the abhorrent practices of those nations." You must understand the background of this verse. This is when God is advising Israelites, commanding Israelites not to do the evil practices of people in Canaan. God was driving out the people in Canaan for Israelites. Some of you might have thought, isn't it unfair to drive out all the Canaanites from their own land and their own home for the sake of Israelites? The answer is God is the supreme owner, the creator of the whole universe, because He created it. And nobody, no human being owns earth. God owns it. And God decides who to give it. And God has given commandment that He is the only one God. He is the only one who should be worshipped. So God has commanded these things in order for you to prosper in your life. So if you obey His commandments and if you honor Him as your God, then you can tell Him, as in Psalms 91, whoever goes to the Lord for safety, whoever remains under the protection of the Almighty can say to Him, you are my defender and protector, you are my God, in you I trust. But if you go outside His protection, then you cannot tell Him that God is your God. Then God is not obliged to protect you. God will protect you if you honor Him as your God. Then God takes full responsibility of you. So if you are not honoring Him as your God, then He is not obliged to protect you. Then He is not obliged to give you land or anything. But God has promised you land and everything in it if you honor Him as your God. So Canaanites were driven out from their land because they were not honoring God. And before sending Israelites there, God is telling Israelites to not imitate the practices of Canaanites, because if they do that, the Israelites will be driven out as well. That is the reason why God is warning them not to do that. To continue with the verse, no one shall be found among you who makes a son or daughter pass through fire, or who consults ghosts or spirits, or who seeks oracles from the dead. So you might be saying that when you're celebrating Halloween, you're not calling any spirits or you're not practicing any divination. But when you're doing things that are not honoring God, it is automatically against God. For whoever does these things is abhorrent to the Lord. It is because of such aberrant practices that the Lord your God is driving them out before you. That means the Canaanites are driven out before Israelites. You must remain completely loyal to the Lord your God. Although these nations that you are about to dispossess do give heed to soothsayers and diviners, as for you, the Lord your God does not permit you to do so. That's the key point. The Lord your God does not permit you to do so. So if you do something that God hasn't permitted, then you cannot call God as your protector and defender. So you are going outside God's protection, and whatever happens to you after is your responsibility. It's just a direct effect of what we are doing, because we are not staying inside the protection of God. It is okay for what has been done in the past, because out of ignorance people do a lot of things. You can confess it and stop doing those things. And also in Romans 12:2 it says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. I repeat, Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. And 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31 says, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do everything for the glory of God. So it says, regardless of what you do it for the glory of God. Now think about whether what we are doing on Halloween is for the glory of God. If not, then we should not do that. It's very simple. Halloween is not for Christians. May God bless you. Subscribe, like, share, and comment if you think this is worth doing that. Bye for now. God bless you.